So obviously, if we are actually studying such an amazing service, it will come for cost. But you would have read several documents and several blogs where you would have read that Azure AI Agent Service is free to use. Yes, it is free to use. However, the services and the resources utilized within the platform will incur cost based on their respective pricing models. Now, key components that may contribute to your overall expense include the Azure AI OpenAI service, right? So with Azure OpenAI service, as you know, it works at 3 levels, which could be standard, which is on demand. So you pay as you go model, where you are billed based on the number of input and output tokens which are processed. So this is based on the LLM that you are choosing, right? So you'd be paying for your Azure OpenAI service. As I said, even though your agent service is free, but you would be paying for your Azure OpenAI service. Then if you're talking about the provision throughput units or the PTUs, it is the reserved capacity which offers predictable cost suitable for consistent workloads. And then we also have the batch API, which gives the discounted rates for batch processing with longer turnaround time. Now that's the thing, right? If you see the pricing page, it says Azure AI Agent Service. It doesn't give any price for Azure AI Agent Service, but it says you need to be aware of the pricing page for Azure OpenAI Service, the model catalog. Obviously, if you're using GPT-4o, GPT-4o mini, o1, o3, your price will vary, right? Then it also talks about Azure OpenAI assistants. So if you are actually making use of the file search capabilities, if you are making use of the code interpreter capabilities, these are all part of the assistants API, right? And the billing, you will have to be billed additionally for utilizing either the file search or code interpreter. So guys, be very careful when you are actually using agents. Although it looks very simple that, okay, I'm making use of a knowledge tool like a code interpreter, or I'm a knowledge tool like a file search, or an action tool like a code interpreter, but there are additional charges involved with this, right? Very important. Other thing is, you could probably, again, with your knowledge search, you could be using Azure AI Search, right? Azure AI Search again comes for additional price because it's a managed service which provides enterprise scale search service that integrates with AI agents for tasks like RAG. So pricing is based on factors such as the number of documents indexed and the query volume. Now, also very important is knowledge connections, like integrations with services like Microsoft Fabric, SharePoint, Bing Search, and bringing your own licensed data can or may incur additional charges and requires separate licenses as well. So it's very important that you be aware that there will be separate charges and licenses for knowledge connections, including Fabric, SharePoint, Bing, Azure AI Search, right? And you will be charged for automation that are now available and in future through Azure Logic Apps and Azure Functions. So Azure Function is currently available, but Microsoft has plans to bring Azure Logic Apps as well as part of the agent service. So you could be billed for that as well. So all in all, I'd like to just say one thing, that please be aware with Azure AI Agent Service and just don't fall for the words free. There are additional charges involved with Azure OpenAI Service and all the different knowledge tools that you would be using, either for this for the knowledge tool in terms of, or it's an action tool. So thanks for watching.